Hello everyone, welcome to First Pick, First Pack. I'm your host, Rich Hagon. It's a bit of a game show feel to this one. Jakl is my lucky contestant, and he is going to make not one, not two, not three, not four, but 8 first picks, first packs, and I'm going to give him exactly the same amount of time the players did, 45 seconds a pick. Zach, you ready for this?
I can't wait, Rich.
Okay, and just to be fair, we didn't let him cheat. He has not
I haven't seen any of these packs. I have no idea what's coming.
Okay, but this is the draft viewer, so you can follow this along at home if you want. We are going to get to the big board. I'm going to give you 45 seconds. Let's see where we're going to start. We're going to start with Paul Rietzl of the United States, the man who did the draft first thing this morning. So let's go. Let's see what we've got. I am going to give you 45 seconds to pretend to be Paul Rietzl, starting now.
All right, so you take a look at this pack, and cards that stand out to me, you've got Wave Crash Triton, you've got Polis Crusher. Huge monster, but it's a commitment to green-red. You see Horizon Chimera, great card, but it's another commitment to 2 colors. I think Polis Crusher is a better card. I'm also looking at Sip of Hemlock, Disciple of Phoenix, but Heliod's Emissary, actually, the big standout card of this pack. I like it a whole lot, but I think I'm going to go with the Polis Crusher because it's just so good and it can crush so many of the other decks, including whoever gets this Heliod's Emissary, and it's going to be really exciting.
Okay, you've still got 10 seconds. Are you nervous about a gold first pick?
I am very nervous about a gold first pick. It's pretty easy to lose that color commitment, but there's not a lot of other good red-green in this pack, so I'm hoping to get paid off in pack 2.
Okay, there you go. That was the 45 seconds. What did Paul Rietzl actually take? Answer, he took Polis Crusher. So he's with you. All right, so let's get back to our table. Sitting to Paul Rietzl's left is the Frenchman Jeremy Dezani. I'm going to give you 45 seconds for Jeremy Dezani's first pick, starting now.
Okay, so again, you look at this. You see Chronicler of Heroes, another gold card, card advantage, sized very well. Baleful Eidolon, great card, staple of the black deck. Prophet of Krufix, very, very, very good. I personally not a fan of blue-green in this color, or in this format, but a lot of people are. I think that's standing out. Again, Sip of Hemlock, good card. You don't really want to take it too late. But Dauntless Onslaught, amazingly powerful card in the heroic deck. I'm looking at that first and foremost. Grey Merchant of Asphodel, the card that more people have been kind of talking about this weekend than any other card.
10 seconds.
I think it's really good, but not as good as Dauntless Onslaught. And when in doubt, I tend to go with a cheaper card. I'm going to take Dauntless Onslaught.
Okay, and there's your pick. So let's see what Jeremy Dezani did. He went Dauntless Onslaught as well. Zach Hill's doing pretty well, 2 for 2 in terms of what they're doing. But let's see who's next round our table. Well, Jeremy Dezani was passing to Makhala Mihara. Now, spoiler alert, Makhala Mihara went 3-0 in this draft. I wonder how his draft began. Let's find out. Here's Mihara's first pick, first pack.
Okay, standout cards again. You see Voyages In bounce better in this format than it is most other formats. You've got a Griptide, kind of a better bounce spell than Voyages In. Farika's Mender, 4/3, source of card advantage, but again, a commitment to black-green, not my favorite color combination. Erebos, God of the Dead, I think actually a bit of a trap. It doesn't turn on that often. Even though black is a great devotion color, I would not first pick the card, even though it's a mythic rare. Disciple of Phoenix, again, really good. Wouldn't first pick it. Destructive Revelry, good card. Don't want to commit to the colors.
10
I'm
seconds.
looking at this Dauntless Onslaught again and thinking that's exactly what I want to go for.
5.
I'm taking Dauntless Onslaught again.
Dauntless Onslaught, he says. Now, what about Mihara? I bet he takes something black. Does he? Let's see.
Oh, really?
Griptide. Okay, that's...
Okay, I respect that, though.
Fair enough. Now, I don't think that's where he ends up. I'm pretty sure he ends up more or less mono-black, which is very interesting seeing what those black cards are going by. Back to our table. Mihara was passing to Lucas Tajak of Germany, whose draft did not go well. He ended up 0-3, losing to Sam Black at the end. But Tajak's draft began with these 14 cards. Let's take a look.
Okay, so you see a Thoughtseize. I'm kind of tempted to rare draft it.
Oh, stop.
Okay, maybe not in the Pro Tour. Thassa's Bounty, a card that I like, but most people don't like at all. It tends to go really, really late. Read the Bones, great source of card advantage and very, very good in your blue-black control decks. Your black decks of all colors really smooths your draws. Fanatic of Mogus, a card that a lot of people view as a signal into red, both it and Ill-Tempered Cyclops. Very, very powerful cards. The Ordeal of Heliod, the Ordeal cycle just gets better and better for me the more and more I play with them.
Sure,
I'm
10
staring
seconds.
at that card. Evangel of Heliod I like, but way later, I'm going to take Read the Bones. I can cast it early. It makes my deck more consistent. Card advantage is good.
Read the Bones for Zach. What about Lucas Tajak? He goes for Read the Bones. Very, very good. We are halfway round our table already. Rietzl, Dezani, Makhala, and Tajak. And now we get Sam Black, one of our co-leaders. Let's see what Sam Black had to work with in Pick 1, Pack 1.
Okay, so Sam is looking at a Sylvan Caryatid, really good. The green, the 1/2 Satyr is a good version. This is kind of rare, a little bit better than that. You've got Griptide, which we've already seen first picked. It's good for exactly the same reasons it was good before. Prescient Chimera, a comparably good card, probably even a little bit more powerful than Griptide, but definitely more of a commitment. Sedge Scorpion, I don't want to take. Divine Verdict, great piece of removal, but I don't really want to take it either. Ditto for Crackling Triton. I'm torn between Griptide and Caryatid, or however you say that card.
Caryatid.
Caryatid. But I really like the mana fixing. I think it's good in Black-Green Devotion specifically, so I'm going to take Caryatid.
Sylvan Caryatid, he says, and the answer is Griptide. That's 2 people taking Griptide first pick. That pack didn't seem super strong, Zach, overall.
Yeah, I mean, I think those are really 2 of the better cards, but you're right. Not the best first pack we've seen.
All right, let's see who's next on our Wheel of Fortune. It's David Kaplan from Canada, creator of Canadian Threshold. Let's see how he does with his first pick, first pack.
All right, so we've got Artisan Sorrow, one of the very few ways to actually gain card advantage off an opposing bestow creature. I prioritize it highly for that reason. You've got a Cavern Lampid, kind of an bestow creature. Chronicler of Heroes, which, as I said before, I really like. I love being in the green-white heroic deck. Sip of Hemlock, great, don't want to first pick it. Voyaging Satyr, excellent green common. Divine Verdict, a pretty good white piece of removal. And Wave Crash Triton if you're trying to draft kind of the blue tempo deck. I'm torn right now between Chronicler of Heroes because I love green-white so much. I would probably take that, but I think if you're not so into that archetype, you take Voyaging Satyr here.
Well, let's see whether David Kaplan was into that archetype or not. He picked Voyaging Satyr. Very good. You're just picking what all the pros pick. You're very good. Have you played this game before, Zach Hill?
I may have done this a few times.
All right, now we go round to the man somebody at the table we said had to go 0-3. It turned out to be John Finkel, but all that was in the future when he looked at this first pick, first pack.
All right, so you see a Rescue from the Underworld, a card that's very, very good with Grey Merchant of Asphodel, Disciple of Phoenix decks. You also see Grey Merchant of Asphodel, a card everyone talking about, good with the Rescue that you might even be able to table in this pack. Night Howler, though, is a legitimate bomb in my opinion. It's a bestow creature, it's huge, it's very, very powerful. Unfortunate that 3 black cards really stand out. Other things, Observant, Alseid, I really, really like. I like white cards. It's both an enabler and a just powerful card in the abstract. God's Willing, some people are saying, is like the best white common, but I think you just have to take the bomb rare here and go for Night Howler, even though it's a little less synergistic than Grey Merchant.
Okay, and then you just hope that the people to your left, if they go into black, that's their own fault.
Yeah, just pass cut them.
All right, what did he go with? Answer, Night Howler. So just what you said again. All right, that's John Finkel. And that brings us on our table to Lucas Jakl. We're almost all the way back to Paul Rietzl now. What did the Czech man, top 8 from Worlds 2010, take in his first pick, first pack?
All right, so Wingsteed Rider, by miles the best white common. I've been convinced of that by Sam Black. I would tend to agree. Triton Fortune Hunter, kind of a very comparable card to Wingsteed Rider in a different color. Spear of Heliod, extraordinarily powerful. Lash of the Whip, one of the very few instant speed removal spells in the format. I'm torn because I want to take Spear of Heliod, but Wingsteed Rider, a very, very clear signal. The rare's missing, so hopefully they won't interpret it that way. I like Lash of the Whip, and I actually like black a lot in this format, but again, I'm going to try and depersonalize a little bit. I think Spear of Heliod is just so powerful that you can afford shipping yet another 1 white card to your left, and again, you don't have to care that much about who you ship to your left. So I'm taking Spear of Heliod here.
Zach takes Spear, Lucas Jakl takes Spear of Heliod. Very good. So that's our table. And you were pretty much spot on with what they went with. One of the things, just a little tip at home, if you're using the draft viewer, it's great to see first picks for everyone, but I think something that you almost never get a chance to do in real life, or even on Magic Online, is see, okay, I opened this, what does everyone take from that pack round? So if you start with Paul Rietzl's pack 1, Then go to the next player and look at pick 2. The third player round, pick 3. The fourth player round, pick 4. Until you see John Finkel picking number 7 from that Paul Rietzl pack. Because it gives you a real sense of the flow of the draft, which is a massive thing. It's so hard to do when you're just starting out.
Yeah, and it lets you really get into the minds of the pros in a way that very few other things do. So I really enjoy that feature.
Well, that was First Pick, First Pack.